in some of my previous writings and in my previous videos, I mentioned the concept of rock bottom, and it's a place I would like to say I wouldn't like to say, but I took a very thorough visit to last year, and it's kind of coincidental. I was writing about this, like right before this Ramadan approaching, because last Ramadan was the first one I successfully participated in, and that month is when things took a crazy turn for me, which is why I'm repeating. I had some unexplainable, unfathomable, eye-opening epiphanies. Last March is when I found my Ikigai and began to construct what is now Project Solace. After a close encounter with giving up mid-February, the latter part of that month and the rest of March consisted of me adding a practice in my life I learned from one of my comfort movies, All the Bright Places. It's on my site on the crisis page, the second part of the crisis page. I would put sticky notes on the inside of my closet door, consisting of reasons to keep going, like certain family members and friends, places I wanted to travel, the potential of getting to Kill Bill Volume 3. I also added affirmations or some form of motivational quotes, and two often stood out to me. They were to focus on what I can do, not on what I can't, and to focus on what I can control, not on what I can't control. And I took a spin on this in the conclusion of my Alchemy of the Mind, Perspective is Everything writing. And it's when I said, I may not know why I'm here, but I'm here, so I'll make the most of it. Perspective is everything. So maybe the question isn't, why did it happen? Maybe it's, now that it has happened, what would I do with it? And this leads into the karmic law of humility, which is the acceptance is the prerequisite to growth. Yesterday I found out, okay, so last Ramadan, I think it was February 29th to March 29th, something like, it was the very end of February. Yeah, last year was a leap year. It was the very end of February. And maybe it was the 20, I don't know, but it was the last day of February, and it went to like almost the last day of March. And I don't know why I assumed it was the same schedule, and when I could have sworn I checked and it was the same thing, but apparently Ramadan started on the February 17th, so we're not on the 10th day of Ramadan like I thought. I'm really late, and I don't know. Past me would be bummed about it, but I'm not even tripping, because I actually went really hard this year. I put in more discipline and like more fast and stuff that I did last Ramadan. So I'm not even tripping about I'm not going to full month, because it just feels weird now. So I'll finish the rest of Ramadan, and yeah, but I'm not tripping mainly because I'm also on my 90-day run. I started my 90-day run and Ramadan on the first day of March, so we still got that going, and it's Manyan, so we good, we good. But the third, fourth, and fifth laws of karma are very closely related, and all of the laws of karma harmonically connect with each other. But at least in my life and journey, the karmic law of humility, growth, and responsibility, they directly correlate with each other in almost a cause and effect kind of way. The karmic law of humility is all about acceptance. Humility itself is almost like being very humble, getting rid of being self-centered, getting rid of your ego, and just accepting the place and where you like the truth in reality. With the karmic law of humility, it almost is like the only way for you to gain the reality you want is to acknowledge and accept the current reality you reside in. How can you change something that you are not aware of? If you have a goal, or even better, a dream for yourself, you must address the present for the power to affect the future. One must accept reality for what it is before beginning to make that change. And there are many ways you can apply this law to life, not just with the humbleness and self-centeredness. I guess that kind of revolves around it either way, but it's just like with the other 11 laws. There's so many aspects of life you can apply this to. I use this law on something I recently went through. I wrote about my method of how I personally got through healing, and how I kind of conquered my struggle I had with anxiety and panic attacks. I would, whenever I was in certain situations, and like I want you to practice this too if you would like to. Whenever you are in certain situations that didn't work out, or instances that have turned negative, or maybe that's caused trauma or traumatizing to a point, which is very subjective. Most trauma or traumatic experiences is never your fault. Consider thinking, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? And how can I fix or learn or improve from this? I would acknowledge like where I was wrong among everything else, because to truly learn and grow from situations, the first thing we must face is where we made errors, so we know where and how to improve from within, because we are the only ones we have the capability to improve, as we cannot control others. We cannot improve others. We cannot change others. The only factor we are in control of and can change in an equation is us. And as in relating to the law of humility, accept your actions, acknowledge your mistakes, and adhere to the pathway in which you can turn it into a learning and growing experience. The law of humility is also one of great importance. Like I said, you can apply this to many things, but this is just the main things I've, documented so far. The law of humility is one of great importance for men who want to better the community and world around them. As it may be apparent right now, Project Solace is a big advocate for the strive of recognizing the struggle and danger men put on women in society. If we want to create a safe environment in society for women, we have to acknowledge and accept these things and these ideals we hold, even the most minute ones that perpetrate in the continuance of misogyny and prejudice. And this applies to almost every. It applies to every aspect of social activism progressiveness. Getting our fight to destroy racism, to destroy homophobia, ableism, etc. Just whenever we want to execute these progressive ideas and whatnot, we have to acknowledge, even as a man, I would think about me like I don't know what it is, man. I just faced all my errors and what I do wrong, and even now I'm I really embrace being wrong, making change. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's okay, I guess good example. There's women on you see it on TikTok, and they're they kind of some man eaters. They kind of man haters, misandrous. I can't be mad. I don't know, get misandrous myself, but they're probably, looking at me, some of my videos, one of those guys said that they know everything. They want to be feminist. They don't know what it really means, things of that nature. And bro, you right. I'm not mad at it, bro. Teach me how I can be better. Teach me how I can grow, how I can, if I truly want to be that, because for me, it's not performative. It's not pandering. This is genuinely me, and I want to help make a change, and I want to help, change myself. And if there's any kind of way I'm still participating in that. So I guess that's just an example. Or you may not have much control, at least as an individual, on the outer world and what goes around you, but you have more control over yourself than you can imagine. Once we master the karmic law of humility, acceptance, we are able to make change or growth. As in the next law of karma, the karmic law of growth. Drink water, take care of your mental. Go listen to some Beyonce. Go listen to a lot of Beyonce today. If you're watching this, whenever you're watching, go listen to a lot of Beyonce. You need it in your life. And I hope you find solace.